Hey guys, it's Minish, and I was gonna do a video about like balancing changes. That's why I'm wearing this suit. It was gonna be like a meme video, like we need to do this change. We have the solution to all of your problems, and we're gonna give out like good advice, right? But maybe that comes out in the future. Definitely not today. Today we had 7 members leave Horde, 3 of which being key leadership members, right? And it's funny, I had just talked about this on stream, like the need to forgive, the need to let things go, and that I was making the conscious decision to, get over myself and just, let it go, because otherwise I stand to lose everything. And despite coming to that decision, a communication breakdown happened anyway. And they felt unwelcome, despite verbatim saying you are welcome here. And this was the wife of a person in leadership, and that leadership person left. And then 2 people left after that who were friends with them. And then another person didn't want to deal with the drama of that. And then a couple people left because everyone else was leaving. And it's cascading, and it might continue to cascade as I'm making this video. But the irony, and I hope these people see it, right? The irony is the clip that I was apparently badgering said individual's wife is going to be put at the end here, where I say, hey, I'm going to choose to forgive him. And that's the choice I did make. And I made this choice after talking to my friend Autistic, who gave me a really, really good dialogue on, this is how we need to handle things. He sees my perspective, and, this is kind of how I have to do it. And I joined the call. I had a normal conversation with the person I had an issue with, and I said, you know what? I used to be their friend, and even if we're not friends anymore, there's no reason not to welcome them in, right? That's what Jesus would do. And I did so. And then, There was a minor thing, nothing to do with anything I just described. Change channel permissions. They thought it was against them. I say it's not against them, and I just say, hey, I don't like the tone of this, right? Given our history, I don't like the tone of this. And I sat there, right? After I got question marked, I sat there. I said, look, you don't respond. You respond, it goes poorly, right? And after like 3 hours of thinking about it, I said, no, don't respond. And then I wake up the next day and I say, if I don't respond, right? If I don't respond, I don't communicate properly. And then in repeated interactions down the line, it might slip out. And it's better that I communicate my problems, right? And I chose my dialogue specifically. I said, okay, let's make sure this doesn't have a toxic undertone. Let's make sure we verbatim say you're welcome, right? Make sure they know I'm not out to get them, right? Because at this point, I've forgiven them. I say they can stay in the server, right? And no. When sending that message, it ended up being interpreted as an attack on that person, and it caused one person to leave, and then it cascaded, like I just said. So I am going to step away from content creation, probably for a couple days. I don't want to just sit still and stagnate, but I can't really do anything right now, man. It's too much. And to those who were my friends, right, and hopefully you see this and at least you have some level of understanding that what you heard wasn't true. I was not talking crap. And in fact, if you see this video that was a day before all these events happened, I literally verbatim say I'm making the decision to forgive this person. I'm going to have to work for it, but I'm making the decision to forgive this person. And still happened anyway. For miscommunication through chat. If we just have an open dialogue with each other, if we join a call with each other, if we message each other, if any of these things happen, we're not where we are right now. I say it all the time. Take it to DMs, and for anyone still on the team, take it to DMs. For the love of all things holy. If you have an issue with somebody, join a call. It clears up 90% of problems. We survived all the way through Shiny Wars, and all the drama we had and the little bit of background of Shiny Wars Everyone said, oh, they're going to leave, and everyone chose to stay because we had dialogue. We communicated, and things got better. You don't communicate. You read into things too much. You block people. This happens. But I hope y'all are happy, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. There are plenty of good teams, and I think you guys joined a good one, hopefully. And I hope there's no bad blood, as you say. And I hope you realize that the issue, if this was the issue or what's getting communicated as the issue of me talking trash, this is the clip. All right. VOD is still up. Love you. Bye. You're an Aussie, right? Hope you're well. Heck yeah, I am. Always a good time. Just focusing on real life stuff a little bit more than stream stuff. Our team's doing really good. No drama. No drama. The only things are really me issues, and I'm trying to deal with it. God is good. Forgive everybody. Don't cause any issues. I'm not perfect. Don't have the expectation that other people are perfect. And just put safeties in place where the people who I think may be an issue, you know, we're okay. But I don't need to overreact. I don't need to do anything. Just need to, you know, just say, hey, you know, shit happens. A majority of people are good people. And if they wrong me, it is what it is. Forgive them and move on. That's kind of where we're at. So, yeah, I've been dealing with that. Because somebody I had, like, an issue with before. You guys don't even know who it is. But, like, somebody I had an issue with before. Is now actively in my hemisphere, so at this point, if I don't forgive them, I'm a bad person, and that's just the reality of it. Is if I harbor grudges, shame on me. So trying to be better, it's just difficult sometimes. It's just difficult sometimes, especially when you really feel hurt. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Move on. Quit being a little bitch. What's up, Ninja? W Mental. Thank you, bud. It's easier to say it, harder to do it. But yeah, we're working toward there. I need to be an adult. I need to be an adult. What's up, Nin? Yeah, I'm about to get my chicken out. I don't know the situation, but I 100% get what you're saying, yeah. And a lot of times, it's just like miscommunication that causes instances, but people react in horrible ways. I don't care, and I don't want any sort of speculation, Mitts, on who you think I'm talking about, because that defeats the purpose of me not saying the person's name. At that point, it becomes a personal attack against them, which is the entire thing I'm trying to avoid. So if you think you know, please keep it to yourself, my friend. You do nothing but hurt me and said individual by, like, is it who you think you're talking about? I have no idea. You know what I'm